Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel GMB SHOW. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Eamonn Holmes has reportedly taken a swipe at his former wife, Ruth Langsford, by declaring that his new partner, Katie Alexander, 43, is his soulmate. The revelation comes after the pair, both aged 65, announced their split last year. The duo, once co-hosts on This Morning, confirmed their split in May, with Eamonn later announcing his romance with Katie. They were recently seen together at GB News presenter Nana Akua's engagement do. Bella magazine reports that at the swanky London event, Eamonn branded Katie his soulmate and allegedly made a jibe. In sickness, you find out who is there for you. A source weighed in on the remark, noting, "It was an insensitive comment from Eamonn, but he's smitten with Katie and does feel like she has been there for him through the hard times. That said, it is a kick in the teeth for Ruth because she has been there for him since the beginning," reports the Mirror. Now frequently seen using a wheelchair due to persistent health issues following a double hip replacement and back surgery, Eamonn is reportedly relying heavily on Katie's support. Emmerdale, John approaches Mac with an axe in hand. And it appears there's no turning back for the celebrity's former spouse, who was photographed without her wedding band for the first time in over a year, following their separation. The Loose Women star decided to ditch her ring months after split from Eamonn, with an insider revealing to OK that discarding the ring after such an extended period marked a pivotal moment for Ruth. A source close to Ruth explained, "Removing that ring might have been a shock to fans after she's worn it for so long, but it was the final bit of closure. It was a message to Eamonn, and symbolic that Ruth's marriage and that chapter of her life is over. She's closing the door on her past for good. Taking it off is Ruth saying, 'I've moved on. It's all behind me.' She's just desperate to get this divorce out of the way now. There's no turning back." The bright lights of London's media scene had always been kind to Eamonn Holmes, but in recent months his life had taken a turn he never imagined. After decades in the public eye, a career peppered with charm and wit, he found himself walking a path filled with both heartbreak and unexpected renewal. When Eamonn stepped onto the stage at a charity gala one crisp September evening, there was a different energy about him. Gone was the slightly weary broadcaster who had shouldered personal struggles from health battles to a high-profile split. In his place stood a man radiating something softer, almost untouchable: happiness. By his side was someone new, his girlfriend, a woman who had quietly entered his life when he least expected it. As the cameras clicked, she held his hand not with the tentative caution of someone worried about headlines, but with the easy confidence of someone who knew she belonged. Eamonn, ever the wordsmith, could not resist sharing a few thoughts with the crowd. What started as a casual thank you quickly grew into a speech that would set social media buzzing. "I count myself lucky," he said, his Irish lilt warming the hall. "After everything, I've found someone who truly understands me. She's not just my partner, she's my soulmate." The word hung in the air like a carefully aimed dart. It was no secret that he and Ruth Langsford had once been considered one of television's golden couples. They had weathered morning shows together, laughter-filled banter on screen, and the heavy challenges of private life. But cracks had formed, and though the split had been explained as amicable, the public always suspected deeper wounds. So when Eamonn uttered the word soulmate, it felt like a revelation, and perhaps, to some, a pointed remark. The tabloids wasted no time framing it as a dig at Ruth. Viewers online debated, was it deliberate, or was it simply the unguarded joy of a man in love again? Backstage, away from the flashing bulbs, Eamonn leaned close to his new partner. "I know what they'll say tomorrow," he murmured, half amused, "but I don't care. For once, it's the truth, not the headlines, that matters." She smiled, squeezing his hand. "Let them talk. All that matters is us." For Eamonn, it was as if a heavy curtain had finally lifted. Life had taught him that endings could be painful, but they also paved the way for new beginnings. The man who had spent decades on sofas delivering the nation's news now found himself delivering his own. That even after heartbreak, love could arrive unexpectedly, stronger and more certain than before. And as the night drew to a close, Eamonn Holmes walked out of the gala not just as a broadcaster, not just as a man whose private life fascinated millions, but as someone who had dared to claim happiness again, even if it meant stirring old wounds.